Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. You might notice there's a little bit of a different tone in my voice because I've literally just gone through all the emotions once again. I never thought it'd be possible. We're going to come to Algeria last. I didn't think it'd be possible for a team to get me all riled up, even more than Chelsea. This season, with the way that Chelsea have been playing, I thought this would be an escape, but it's not been. In fact, it's made it worse. So we're going to get into all of that towards the end. But I've done a lot of shouting, and yeah, that explains it. Today, 3 games took place. Senegal versus the Gambia. We had Cameroon versus Guinea, and then we finished off with Algeria versus Angola. We're going to start off with the first game of the day. We're going to go through this in chronological order. Senegal, look. So far, considering what just happened, because I wasn't going to say what I'm about to say, but so far, Senegal are looking like the more complete team out of everyone that has performed so far. They're the reigning champions. They showed up. They got themselves a very, very nice result. And they started off very, very early. 4 minutes into the game, Guy 1-0 and sets the tone. Gambia at that point know that they're chasing for 86 minutes. They have to try and tactically think about it correctly. They have to try and sit back but go and attack at the same time. It's not easy to do. So in that instance, they had to play it careful. They couldn't. It's against Senegal, a very, very nice Senegal team that, when you look at it on paper, is reminiscent of the team that won the Africa Cup of Nations last time round, with a couple of nice little additions. And I think tactically, in terms of some of the substitutions that were made for Senegal, very, very nice and well thought out. But there's a couple of players there that I think deserve the recognition. And I think there's one name that stands out more, and that's Lamine Camara. He's the one who scored the 3rd goal. What a goal. Well, he scored both. He scored the 2nd and the 3rd. But the 3rd one was immaculate. It was the cherry on the cake. First goal and the 2nd goal, routine. The 3rd one, though, ball comes across on the outside of the box, and the way he puts it into the top corner is just a summary of Senegal's game from minute 1 to minute 90. Outstanding, offensive, complete dominance. The red card did help them, if we're being honest, because Gambia did go to 10 men on the brink of halftime, and after that, it was pretty much plain sailing. When you're 1-0 up as Senegal, the reigning champions, you go into the second half, the opposition like Gambia down to 10, it's only going to go one way. So, fair play to Senegal. They got themselves the results, coasting towards a win, and very, very routine. The other game, Cameroon versus Guinea. Now, this is one of the shocks that we've had so far in this tournament. If we look at this tournament so far, because I've not done an in-depth video on the AFCON so far, I mentioned it yesterday. We had the Ivory Coast that got a routine win. But when you look at all the other big teams, Nigeria 1-1 against Equatorial Guinea, Egypt 2-2 against Mozambique, Ghana losing 2-1 to Cape Verde, then Cameroon drawing 1-1 to Guinea. And look, Cameroon got lucky. If we're being honest, they got lucky. Why did they get lucky? As I need to make sure that I get in focus. Oh, no, that just made it worse. There we are. Cameroon going 1-0 down, and in what fashion was that? Because the goal made no sense. Literally, Cameroon defender and Guinea attacker coming at each other at 200 miles an hour, both going for the ball, both shooting into each other, both flying into the air like it's the Royal Rumble. Landing on the ground, ball makes its way out. Defender is sleeping on the ball. He's like, I don't know, having a nice 20-minute nap. He gets the ball taken off him, and it's a very easy finish. Very easy finish. He tries to get rid of it. It lands right into the path of Bayo, and Bayo, thank you very much, slots it in. 10 minutes in, Guinea set the tone to make it 1-0. And it gets to later on, Guinea are very much into the game. Physically, Guinea look very, very good. Very, very good. Much like Senegal earlier on, I was going to say. Senegal looked very, very good physically. They were handling it very well. Guinea were doing the same. You could see they were dominating in that front. They were able to win every second challenge. They were keeping up with every single chase. They were very structured. They were getting into every tackle. They were on it, very sharp. Going into the latter stages of the game, just on the brink of half-time, the red card. Now, by the letter of the law, the red card's a red card. It studs to behind the ankle. Right? It's a red when you think about it. when you look at the ball, when you look at the play in motion and you just look at the way it happened, it didn't look like it was, it didn't look like there was any malice. It didn't look like it was intentional. Yellow card for me, I think would have been fair enough, but it goes to VAR. The referee gives the yellow card. It goes to VAR. They say red. He overturns it and gives a straight red. Some would say harsh. Personally, I think it's a bit harsh, but by the letter of the law, it is what it is. So then after that, Cameroon come back into the game. It's, them against 10 men. They find more space. They're able to... Cameroon weren't bad, but they were just average throughout the entire game. And that extra space got them across the line. They managed to get a goal immediately into the second half. Magri getting the equaliser. And then from that point, Guinea were just, as I said, very physical, keeping the game at bay and just trying to coast to get the result. On a couple of occasions, they did actually try to hit the counter-attack and go for the second. Couldn't make it work, and they managed to get a 1-1 draw. Fair play. It's a good result for Guinea on the face of things. Very, very good result. And the way that group is now looking, because Senegal won and Guinea and Cameroon drew, means Senegal are top with 3 points. Cameroon and Guinea both second and third with 1 point, and Gambia with 0 points. If I'm going to sum up the other groups as well, because I've not done that already. Group A, Ivory Coast are ahead with 3 points. Equatorial Guinea and Nigeria with 1 point, and Guinea-Bissau with no points, sitting bottom of the group. And we have Group B, which, crazily enough, is Cape Verde, top of the group, Egypt and Mozambique in second and third position, and Ghana, bottom of the group as it stands. And then we move to where I have vested interest, and I can sum this game up very, very quickly. Algeria versus Angola. In the first half, Chelsea. I'm coming to Chelsea, don't worry. They're in my head, PTSD. Algeria were moving like Real Madrid. And I mean that. The first half was sublime. Absolutely sublime. I have to say, and I'm not just being biased here, I'm being honest. That first half was the best team performance of the African Cup so far that we've had over the last couple of days. Without question. It had everything. The second half, Algeria come out like they're Chelsea. I'm trying to run away from the problems I'm seeing at Chelsea, and then I see Algeria literally do the same thing. And I'm like, what's going on? How did we play in one half so brilliantly, and in the second half, it's like we've come out a different team? Unbelievable. The complete flip got me. I didn't get it. Maybe there's a physical issue here. Maybe they're tired. It looked like they couldn't run towards the end, and I'm a bit confused because the preparation was looking so good. We had a very, very good preparation. There was a very good camp in Togo. We got used to the climate. I don't understand how physically. Angola looked good physically, to be fair to them, but baffled me. The first half was brilliant. I can't give it any more words than that. It was brilliant. The first goal, unbelievable. The connection between Belali and Bounedjah was just wonderful. Wonderful. Belali with his tricks on the left. He's nutmegging players. He's cutting in. He's 1-2s, triangles, combinations, all sorts. Mahrez on the right-hand side was locked out the game in that first half, and that was done intentionally. They were constantly putting two players on him, and it was just making it hard for him. Hence why Algeria were focusing on the left a lot more, because I don't feel like they are aware of what Belali can actually do. He's a top winger. Right? The technique and the flamboyance he has is unbelievable. That's not what a lot of people are aware of. Anyway, on that left-hand side, we're creating a lot. The first goal is Bounedjah with a fantastic finish. A beautiful ball from Belali all the way across. Lands straight into the path of Bounedjah. The keeper comes out. Nice, brilliant finish into the right-hand side of the goal. No hesitation, one touch, in. 1-0. Few minutes later, again, ball across into Bounedjah, takes it on the chest, overhead kick, smashes it into the net, 2-0. Offside. That was meant to be goal of the tournament already. I think I can testify for that, easily. But the game is going brilliantly. Playing beautiful football. Angola can't keep up. They're kicking the ball out for every throw. They're kicking the ball out for every goal kick. They're kicking the ball out for every corner. They're panicking when they're on the ball. They're losing the ball defensively. We looked okay, but winning the ball back of Angola was very straightforward. We were constantly cutting them off. It was a beautiful first half. Fantastic. The midfield was wonderful. Bentaleb, literally locking things up. Bentaleb, in terms of offensively moving with the ball and being able to spread and create the build-up, fantastic. Defensively, little bit off, and then in the second half, he capitulated. But overall, first half, wonderful. And then we come out into the second half and I don't recognize the team. I'm going to move like Didier Drogba. I don't recognize this club. You know, I don't recognize this team. What happened? What happened in the dressing room? I don't understand. Substitutions were made, and I have to be honest, Belmadi, the manager, did make, I would say, the correct substitutions based on the yellow cards we were picking up. We were starting to pick up stupid yellows. It was starting to get out of hand. Made some substitutions. Bounedjah and Belali came off, as I mentioned earlier, I believe, because they were looking tired. At that point, they just looked like they couldn't run anymore. It doesn't surprise me, considering the level and where they play. I'm not shocked if the climate has got to them, but they come off. Those subs, I understand. On paper, it doesn't look like it makes logic, but I'd say for Algerians, I would say we understand that sub need to be made. And then they get a penalty. Reckless penalty, no need for it. Bentaleb bringing the player down. There was no need to make that challenge. Just check your body and don't let him in and you're fine. He loses his head. Penalty given. Smashes the crossbar, goes across the line, bounces back out, and then he taps it in. Now, if it's Mabululu, if Mabululu taps it in immediately after taking it and the ball hasn't crossed the line, the goal would not have counted. That's a rule. The player that's taken the penalty can't tap the ball in the penalty box if he's missed it. That's the rule. So with the fact that it hits the bar, it goes in, and then it bounces back out means the goal counts, and it's 1-1. At this point, Belmadi shifts it some more, takes off Bentaleb, brings on Zerouki, who's our normal midfielder that I was expecting to see in the starting 11, but he didn't start. It was Bentaleb, and I would thought that was actually a good idea. Later on, Atal gets a yellow card. He gets subbed off. Aouar comes on for Benassa, and at this point, Younes comes on earlier on, obviously. We've shifted too much as far as I'm concerned. Now you've got players on the pitch that don't normally play with each other. And this is where I was looking, I'm thinking, we're not going to score. We're not going to score. Angola are happy to protect the lead. The draw, sorry. They're happy to just defend. No problem. They're just going to sit back now. They were trying to launch counter-attacks. They were looking good physically. They were starting to cause some danger. And towards the end, we were just trying to throw the kitchen sink. I'm trying to throw everything at it, and it didn't happen. Simple as that. So overall, I'm confused. It was a wonderful first half, and the second half that worries me. So, like I said yesterday, though, for the same applies to Nigeria. The same applies to Egypt. It's the first game. There are teams that have lost their first games against little teams. And have gone on to go to the final and win the competition. It can happen. But this could be a blessing in disguise if it means that the players and the manager can realise what went wrong and rectify it quickly. Because if they do and they get concentration up, I feel like the Algeria team was starting to lose their heads. The fact that the way that I know them and I watch them regularly, it just looked like we were starting to fatigue and we were starting to lose our heads. We were starting to get frustrated. Frustration was kicking in from the moment the second half kicked off. It's like we come out frustrated. So that's it really. That's so as I said, so this is why so far the competition so far, Senegal are the ones that are looking super consistent, albeit they did play against 10 men, but they are looking super consistent, very calm, confident and collected performance. And look, personally, I hope Algeria in the second game will kick on. I'm sure they will, if I'm honest. I do reckon they will. But there's one message in this that I want to share with everybody that everyone needs to understand now. There is no small team in Africa. Anything can happen on this continent. Believe me, football can be unpredictable, but in Africa, it's a different level of unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. Literally anything can happen. So it's a different mindset in Africa and a different mindset in this competition. And this is what makes this competition so good. anything can go down. So let's wait and see how it's all going to shape up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. There will be watch-alongs on this channel for the Africa Cup of Nations. As I've said yesterday, there are a couple of tweaks that I'm looking to make technically, which are not set, and I need them to be set for me to be able to do it. So that will come, but the games have kicked off. You will be getting this sort of content up until when the watch-alongs are here, and then I will be bringing watch-alongs here. So make sure you guys are here for that when time permits, and I am able to, just to let you know, but I will be letting you know in advance. Make sure you keep up on the videos. Much appreciated, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you then. Take care, and peace.